He is a mass murderer responsible for some of the most notorious crimes in King County. Timothy Pauly is a name that strikes fear across the Seattle-Tacoma area, responsible for the torture and deaths of 3 people at a local tavern back in 1980. And he was about to walk free until Governor Inslee stepped in at the final hour to cancel Pauly's parole.
Yeah, and the reason in this case, well, Governor Inslee says Pauly never took responsibility for those crimes or apologized to the victims' families. Fox 13 News reporter AJ Janavel is joining us live from the newsroom with a closer look at this decision.
Matthew, a tragedy that happened more than 40 years ago but still haunts many people. On the night of this horrifying murder, documents say Pauly and an accomplice named Scott Smith staked out a tavern, spending time with the people they would come back and kill just moments later. Documents say Pauly and Smith planned to rob a diner called the Barn Door Tavern. It was located in SeaTac. They came in after closing, Pauly with a gun, Smith with a knife. They tied up 2 men and put them in a cooler, then made 3 women strip and tied them up as well. They hung one of the women by a neck around her cord. They hung one of the women with a cord around her neck. She did not survive. Pauly also shot both of the men in the cooler in the head, even though they were tied up. The other 2 women survived. Pauly pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder and was sentenced in 1981. The Indeterminate Sentence Review Board, or ISRB, a group that reviews cases, determined Pauly completed the rehabilitation criteria for parole. However, today, Governor Jay Inslee canceled that decision. Fox 13 News spoke to Dave Reichert, former state rep and former King County sheriff, as well as one of the first people on the scene that night, about his thoughts on this case.
I've seen people just fall apart with remorse. This guy showed zero zippo nada on his face, no concern, no remorse, no regret, only for himself, just as Ridgway and Bundy did. They regretted that they got caught.
This weekend on the Spotlight, we're continuing to dig into this case, hearing from one of the 2 women who survived this horrifying tragedy as well. I got my hands on 2 letters from the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Dan Satterberg, sending these letters to the governor, one in March, one just this month. In these letters, Satterberg expresses his objection to the release of Pauly, citing a letter that Pauly wrote to his brother in 2012, where among many things, he referred to Department of Corrections staff as, quote, pig brethren. Reporting live in the newsroom, AJ Janavel, Fox 13 News.